So the season is over. Our second season managing at Tressin. It's going okay. We are going to start by recapping the league fixtures. What I will say before I get into this, thank you for your continued support on this series. I do think I'm actually going to stop doing videos on a Friday on this series because they do seem just always get really bad views. But I'm gonna look into it. But it's just a heads up. If a Friday video does disappear, you know why. So after you were last with us, we decided we would collapse for the rest of the season. But we've ended all right. So we lost 2-0 to Zelina. Then we played Slovan Bratislava and lost 3-0. So no goals in 2 there. Before we got beat by Spartak Trnava. Alex scoring the only goal for us in that game. We then picked up a victory against Rozomberok with Alex and Rehu scoring before defeat to Strada, who actually offered us a job at the end of the season, but I turned it down. Alex scoring our goal there. We then lost to Zelina. Alex scoring our goal again. Before we did beat Slovan Bratislava with Alex getting on the score sheet. And then we decided to end the season with an absolute demolition defeat, 3-0. Now that did see us end in 3rd place. The victory over Slovan Bratislava basically securing us that 3rd place spot, which was nice. So we have qualified for the Europa Conference League, and Spartak Trnava won the cup, so they've qualified for the Europa League. But I think Conference League is probably still our level at the minute. Our team is still developing and still learning, so let's not over-push and overplay ourselves anyway. So how we ended compared to other teams then, we ended with less than 50% possession of 48. Next season, that has to improve. No question about it. We have to get on the ball more and try to just play that little bit better football. So in terms of attacking then, goals-wise, we finished 4th with 52. Alex scoring 18 of them, which is just insane, by the way, 16 years old. Goals from corners, they did dry up after I showed off about them. So, bit of punishment there for me getting a bit excited. Our goals decided to dry up after that. Goals from direct free kicks, we scored 1. Indirect free kicks, we scored 3. Defensively then, we had the 3rd best defensive record, conceding 36 and 32. Second half of the season, we really did look poor defensively, and that is something I am going to look into over the summer break, if there's any adjustments we can make to make ourselves a little bit better. Conceding from direct free kicks, 1. From indirect free kicks, we conceded 5. So again, something we need to look at improving. So in terms of attendances, our average attendance was 2,499. Our highest attendance was 3,792. Lowest attendance of 2,020. Our spending, we spent 6,036 in the end. Compared to what we brought in, that works out. Salary per annum, we ended £840,000. So not too bad. 6th in salary spend, finished 3rd. I will accept that when you look at what some of the other teams are spending. Now, financially, we've ended 1 million in the red, but we have upgraded our youth facilities this season. That cost us 1.29, I think it was. So technically, we probably would have made money if we hadn't done them facility upgrades. If we look at expenditure then, 1.5 million on ground maintenance, 815k on players' wages, 340 on youth setup, 320 on transfer expenditure, 319 on tax, and then staff wages of 280, and 230 for scouting costs comes in there as well. In terms of income, our highest income for the season was from prize money of 1.3. I would like to improve. I just think we need to try to get to the group stage of a European competition this season. Sponsorship at 757, players sold at 314, gate receipts at 296, and merch at 110. I would maybe like to try to sell for more money this season, try to make the club a bit more money. I just think we need to be a profitable club this year. If we're going to be negative $1 million, it's going to show here for last season when we take over. We can't lose over $1 million 2 years in a row, for example. So we do need to look into and try to work on improving and financially looking stronger. I do want to interrupt to say that if you do go to my channel and look on the right hand side as you're looking at the screen, there will be a link to my second channel. I do have a Northman Talks football channel, and I'm going to be resurrecting that. Not only will there be YouTube shorts, each short will showcase a different t-shirt I have. I'm going to be buying and selling t-shirts, and hopefully doing it successfully, making some profit and just ticking along. But some shirts, like the 99 2000 David Beckham shirt, won't be getting sold. But them little shorts are going to be on some videos. Also some geo guests are doing football. There's also a football quiz website I'm going to be doing, as well as some football documentaries that I've made. I made a couple on this channel a while ago. I moved them over. Videos like that will come out maybe 2 a month on documentary styles. Go and check it out. Northman Talks Football, it'll be on there. So looking at our team in terms of people I would like to improve, if doing on tactics side of things. So Schneller as our goalkeeper, he's injury prone and he's okay, but he's not amazing, and he has quite a high value. So I am probably going to look at moving him on over the summer window. Tom's contract is running out, but he's been really good for us. So I would like, to be honest with you, to try to hold on to him. At the minute, he has no interest in negotiating a new contract. But we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can convince him to stay. Svek in central defence. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hold on to him because he wants to leave. He's got 2 years left on his contract. So maybe this year we can stand firm at the 1.7 transfer. We're getting offered about 800k from him at the minute, but that's too little for a player like this. And also, he has been called up to the latest Slovakian squad as well. So he is developing really nicely. If I go to attribute-wise and go to for all time, you can see, for example, marking is up by 3. Positioning is up by 2. Vision's up by 2. Decisions is up by 3. Concentration 2. Strength is up by 3. Pace is up. Acceleration's up. So he is developing very nicely, and I do see a top player in him. Maybe one we need to take with us. So that's one of the reasons why I'm considering one more season with Tresson, unless we actually go on and win the league this year. If we don't become league champions, there is a chance I'll consider moving on to chase that dream, but also to give myself the ability to hold on to the players that I want to take with me on the journey. Bullock has said that he wants to leave. So, unfortunately, he has a minimum fee release of 160 grand, so he's probably going to move on. The only thing I would say is he's not world-class in terms of his footballing ability, and I do want to hold on to that ball more next season. So, there's a chance we just move on anyway. Anthony also wants to move on, but no one's shown any interest in him at the minute. He has been a good player for us this year. So if no one comes in for him, I am happy to have him and just let him go out on a free next summer, to be honest. Verhus has been on loan, so we'll remove him. Attacking midfielder in the centre, that was Horvath for most of the season. Injury had him not starting the last game. And you can see here it says he's injury prone. If we go to the injury side, it's not been bad. He had one major injury, he was out for 5 weeks, but apart from that, it's not been bad. It's just slight knocks. He's finishing 7, it was 6, so it is going up. I'm working on that with him. I see a really good player here, so I would like to take him with me on our journey through this. And stand alongside him, attribute-wise, doesn't look amazing, but 18 years old, 64 appearances and 20 goals. So he's a 1 in 3 man from attacking mid. He's done really well. And then you look up top, you have Alex. I mean, oh my god. Is this the greatest first season you've ever witnessed from a player? 18 games as a professional, still only 16, 18 goals. That has to be up there. If we go to reports, reports, nope, development, progress, attributes. If we go to all time, let's have a look then. So finishing has gone up. Vision has gone up off the ball. Leadership, decisions is up by 2. Composure is up by 4. Anticipation is up. Then stamina, balance and acceleration is all up as well. His strength really does need to improve, but he is only 16. I just think he could turn into a really, really good player. So I am excited to see how he's going to continue to develop. And if we work our way through, then Sek, our backup goalkeeper, 23 years old, I think we're just going to get rid of him. He's just not good enough. We don't have a B team, so what's the point? Heyo is 21 now. I don't know with him. He has such a high value, and he's not that good. He's not that good, and he has such a high value, so there's a chance we just move him on. Agbo, his contract is running out. He doesn't want to stick around. He's 31, so we are just going to let him move on. And then you have Holly, who I picked up this season. Now, I definitely think we overpaid, but the fact he came through the academy meant I wanted to bring him back. 22 years old. He doesn't like big matches, but honestly, I think as he settles and gets used to our team, it's great to have more options in attacking midfield, and he can definitely feature in league games, and maybe if we have a big European game, he's then just a bench player for that. Sipka, come through the academy. Again, a player who's not great on the ball. But my thinking with Sipka is he could technically replace, in defensive midfield, Bullock. He's the same type of player. Yes, he's not great at football, and yes, I want to hold on to the ball more, but if we do need to go that defensive-minded player, he could do the job. And again, it's an academy player coming into our squad. 17-year-old Sev, he's not developed at all, really, to be honest with you. I think if we do check all-time attribute rises, see, he's gone down. He can't take penalties anymore. Long throws he can't do, free kicks he can't do, corners, okay. The things I've gone down we don't really care about. Strength is up by 1, stamina's up, jump reach is up, acceleration's up. Anticipation, concentration, and vision. There's not that much has gone up, to be honest with you. Spat, being on loan, is going to be leaving. Mazan, 33 years old, now I'm going to move him on. Polkner's retiring. Ibrahim is leaving us. We have Lip, who is first choice. He has been just injured at the minute. That's why he's not been in the starting lineup. 23 years old. Very, very talented. 6'3". I like him. I really do. And I think he's a top player to have in our squad. Lunk is going to be moving on. Rehus on loan. Hudok is our third choice goalkeeper. And he's probably going to just get offered out. If we can get 5k from it, 5k. Halvok came into the first team this season to make up the numbers. He's probably 5th or 6th choice in attack and mid. I'm probably going to put him back down in our youth team so they've got some extra players. This is one that upsets me. Kroll, physically shocking, and I just wish he could improve physically. He would be a good player for us without a shadow of a doubt, but he's just not developed. Petter, so 16 years old, he's moved up into our first team for this season coming up. He's going to be our backup keeper this year. We've got the keeper who came through the intake this season, who is going to be first choice for the youth team. So instead of sitting on the bench for the youth team, he's going to sit on the bench for us. I think it'll benefit him a little bit more, so we're going to do that. Rod Torres, I've moved up ready for next season in the first team. Just came through the intake, 15 years old. He turned 16 before the start of the season. That's why he's going to be in the first team. He's going to be starting. We're going to have a 16-year-old in attacking mid in Rod Torres. Then Alex up top as well. 2 Patreon members, or 2 YouTube subscription members, sorry. You can click that join button below if you want to join in. Cost of a coffee each month. And then also you have Stanislav Takak, who also has moved up into the first team for this season. He turned 16 just after the season starts, but still will be featuring this season. And yeah, we've got a very young squad, but let me tell you this. If we can add the correct players to this team, we could have a very, very good season next year. So this season ended, though, with us finishing 3rd place in the league. We were expected top half. 50%'s a bit harsh. Oh no, we're expected to avoid relegation. Top half is for next year. Strange. We were expected to be competitive in the Europa League. We went out in the first qualifying round to Victoria Pilsen. We were then expected to be competitive. We went out in the 3rd qualifying round, so we got a 50%, bit harsh. And we got to the quarterfinals of the Cup. We got knocked out by the eventual winners. Don't like that these have kind of disappeared and reset because the season has ticked in terms of bringing up what's what. So I think one of the biggest things I want to mention is players who have moved into our best 11 ever. So Schneller is in there now. Lip and Svek as the two centre-backs. Tom at right-back has moved in. Anthony and Barris. Blasco, Rehus, Musa, and wait for it, Alex up top is now in the best 11, and he's only going to get better. I mean, in terms of me picking a region to be named after a YouTube subscription member, I don't know what they call YouTube memberships, where it's like 40 krona, like $3 a month, I think it is. Wow. Alex's journey is going to be just insane. And honestly, I think Rod is going to be just insane as well. We've got 2 more Patreon members as well who are going to be getting introduced over the next couple of seasons. Wow. Just insanely talented. And I just want to make sure our next club has enough money that I can bring these guys in. That's pretty much my dream. Bring them in. Yeah, the season's over. It's been successful. We've qualified for the Conference League. This summer window is huge. The correct adjustments, the correct changes could see greatness as we continue to improve. Second place in our first ever season with Sportist Svoga. We then moved to Tresin. We won the cup and won promotion and finished second. We've now just finished third in the top flight in our third ever season. Surely we're not going backwards. Surely we're not going to get 4th place next year. It gets exciting to see where we're going to finish next year, what we're going to do, what we can achieve with this young, exciting team in Trenton. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how long we're going to stay at this club, or if we move in quickly when we find a dream next job. Do we move on to a relegation battling team in the top flight of like Netherlands or Belgium? Do we move to another good club like PSV or like Nantes or something in France? Like clubs like this. Where is our next step? Are we going sideways? Are we going to like a Slovan Bratislava, the best club in the country? Once a new manager, do we go there? Do we go to FCSB in Romania? Do we go to Maribor? Like, where is the next step? What do you think it's going to be? Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll be starting the next season in this European Journeyman.